appear dead and brown. Check. Well, we got that covered. Wooden steps must be free from holes and safe to walk on. That should work. Check. Gotta make sure the gutters are fully functional and free of sludge. Yard waste must be eradicated. Must make sure there are no cracks on a walkway. Daffy, I said no cracks. Oh, sorry. Well, Porky, we're all finished. Here's to passing this inspection and living another year just the way we like it. Yeah, just the way we like it. Don't worry, chum. I'll handle this middle-aged busybody. Hello there, Miss Inspector Lady. I'm sure you'll find that our humble abode meets your specifications. Feel free to inspect as you please.
Yes. I suppose everything seems satisfactory. With the exception of... your roof!
Our roof?
What's going on, world? That was The Day the Earth Blew Up, a little piece of The Day the Earth Blew Up, a Looney Tunes movie that you're going to just delight in. I am Kuya P. This is Nerds Rule the World. Joining me to talk all things The Day the Earth Blew Up, a Looney Tunes movie, is the one and only Peter Browngardt, the creative director behind Looney Tunes. He's the director, EP, co-writer on this project. Thank you, Pete, so much. It is a pleasure to chat with you. I'm a big fan of yours.
Oh, nice to be here. Thank you.
Definitely. What are the vibes right now? We are on the eve of this film premiering to the world at the Animation and Film Festival in LA. What are the vibes the night before, as you know, the world sees all of your hard work that you've put into this? What are you feeling right now?
It's very exciting. Really excited for the whole crew. We worked really hard on the project, on the film. To make it to honor these these great Looney Tunes characters and tell a story, 90-minute story, adventure story, comedy story with them. And yeah, it's exciting, nerve-wracking, a little nervous, always seeing the audience a little nervous. So we had a great reception in Annecy, so it was that ease of nerves, but a little bit because one audience has seen it, or I've been there when one audience has seen it. But yeah, exciting. Yeah. Sort of pinching myself. It's crazy that I got to make a movie and it's being released to the world. It's very exciting. Worked in television most of my life, so making a feature film was always a dream. So it's very cool.
Love it. And you definitely have the pedigree. I was looking, man, CalArts, and just everything, Uncle Grandpa, just everything you've done gives you the pedigree. Secret Mountain Fort, awesome. Right. You are well deserving of being the creative director at Looney Tunes. Just a franchise that we all know and love. So definitely have that pedigree. And now stepping into this, now putting together this feature. How does creating a classic and just infusing all of that into something that is so beloved? Can you tell me just kind of the light bulbs of, we're going to do this film? Getting the writer's room together. What does it take? If you could take me into the creation of this. I'm a filmmaker myself, but I can only imagine stepping, into something like this and just everything that it takes. While it looks easy, we all know the pedigree of it, but it has to be a lot of hard work. Can you tell me, putting together The Day the Earth Blew Up?
Yeah. So always was a fan growing up. Looney Tunes, they're the greatest comedy cartoons ever created by people, by man or humans. So I'm very respectful of it, very honored to have the opportunity to work with these characters. I mean, think about working with these characters more than, just drawing or dictating the characters. These are characters that have existed, that hold a heart, fondness for people around the world, speak to all cultures, all people. And so I knew I had to put together a really good team. I was finishing up or was still continuing in production on Looney Tunes cartoons that are on Max, which is 209 new Looney Tunes shorts that I created with the same team, basically, pretty much the same team that worked on the movie. So it was a good training ground for us to sort of get into the characters and the style of animation and figure out a pipeline that would work for production. And when I came up with the idea for the film, it was putting them in a genre. I thought it was important to put almost like Abbott Costello meets Frankenstein, or putting the characters in sort of a film genre, a buddy comedy kind of thing, because I wanted their buddies teamed up in this, Porky and Daffy. So that was important, and sort of figure it out. And I kind of pitched it as, what if it was a Ed Wood Looney Tunes movie? You know, what if Ed Wood made a Looney Tunes movie, kind of, you know, where it's sort of sci-fi, 50s sci-fi with contemporary tones to it as well. So
I love that, and as a film nut, I love that you mentioned Ed Wood. So is it easier to write to a feature than the shorts that you did, because you also want to inject timeliness? I love there's this Starbucks segment in this film, bringing in that newness, if you will, but also maintaining that feel that we know and love of Looney Tunes. It was difficult, and I see there's a batch of writers that you had to work together on this. So I love that, getting everybody's energies in there. Can we speak to that effect of just assembling the team as you stated, but then I'm just curious, like bullet points, like how does a Looney Tunes film get made? Because there's so many nuances to a project like this.
Yeah, so it's definitely was challenging. It was my first movie, so stepping into sort of a longer format, 90 minutes, was challenging. Learning that sort of structure and trying to figure it out. We worked with a screenwriter initially, Kevin Costello. The reason there's so many writers on it is because the studio was generous enough to give the storyboard artists writing credit on this. On all my projects, the storyboard artists are writers as well as drawers and artists.
I love that.
They write the dialogue and a lot of the jokes. So the script was sort of helped with the structure of the film. It changed a lot from the script too. But they always do, sort of once you start getting it, storyboarding it out and putting it into its paces and seeing how everything plays out. But yeah, so it was challenging. We did a lot of meetings. We reboarded the movie in different sort of takes of the movie almost 4 or 5 times. There's a lot of things get thrown out, end up on the editing room floor in the sense of the storyboard room floor. But storyboarding is about reboarding. It should be called reboarding, because you reboard a lot to sort of figure things out and write it. But yeah, most of the dialogues written by the storyboard artists we'll get together in a room, or we made the movie mostly over COVID times.
Oh wow!
So yeah, so it was almost entirely made virtually over Zoom. So I was in my garage, so it's a real garage-made film. I was in my garage studio at my home, and yeah, so it was cool because I kept thinking about there's been some great animated things made in garages, like Walt started in a garage, and Don Bluth started in a garage with Secret of Nim, and many others too. So
that's super cool. Go ahead.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
So yeah, just it was. But the nice thing about it is that we had all known each other prior, because we were working in studio on the shorts. I think it would have been very challenging for us if we were all meeting each other for the first time over Zoom, and trying to be creative and get those juices flowing, kind of together. That's
beautiful. And I got to give you all mad props. That's super cool that you respect the artist as well as a comics creator. We may give the dialogue and some points, but then, I love like Stanley Jack Kirby. Stanley just kind of gave, if we know, I'm a big comics nerd, he just kind of threw plots, but Jack Kirby did a lot of that writing. So the fact that y'all are giving respect to the artist and that nature just speaks volumes. I love that. So in regards to Day the Earth Blew Up, the actual characters we see in here, I'm a big fan, and I'm sure you're even bigger fan. Daffy Duck, Porky Pig, Petunia, the Invader. Why these particular spotlight characters? Why this story in this degree? Were you just such a big fan? And like, how can we talk on why we chose them and this this experience. I love aliens. I love all of that kind of, in there. Why for you, and then everybody else, and then inflecting other stuff into it?
Well, we had a lot of fun making Porky and Daffy short cartoons for the Looney Tunes cartoons shorts we created. Also, somebody pointed out on the crew that they're the only non-adversarial Looney Tunes. They don't, when they were a buddy cop, they don't want to kill each other. With Elmer and Bugs and Tweety and Sylvester, they all want to eat each other or hunt each other or whatever. So it's it made it a little bit easier of an in for an emotional story. We know we needed an emotional arc and a tale to be told, as well as having a lot of comedic moments in there. So yeah, that's sort of why we picked them. And then we had a Petunia. We did some Petunia shorts on the series, but we kind of revamped her for the movie, gave her a little bit of a different personality, which was really fun. And then it was challenging creating the Invader. You got to create a character from scratch that's going to sort of hold up with these other iconic Looney Tunes characters. So it was a little daunting. We had some great designers help for the look, and the casting was a really fun process too, with Peter playing him. It was he's just an amazing character, comedic actor who just blew us away with his performance. So it really lended itself to add to the personality, of course, tons to the film, and helping us write it too, hearing him say some of the words.
Oh, that's awesome. Speaking of your cast, you're the main guy. We got to show love to. I just cannot imagine Eric Bauza. He's doing both of these voices, Daffy Duck, Porky Pig. What is it like in a recording session? Does he do all the Porky stuff and then Daffy? Like, how does that work? I cannot imagine. Salute to Eric.
Eric is a one of a kind talent. Probably, in my opinion, like, I'll write it up there with Mel Blanc as far as the quality he can bring to these characters. Of course, there's only one Mel Blanc. He's the greatest of all time, with the Looney Tunes and many other great voices. But yeah, Eric, I don't know if I want to reveal his trade secrets, but I will say he did do them in runs where he didn't ping pong the cast. So we did all the Porkies and all the Daffys. He would usually start with Porky. It's a little less taxing on his voice, and then do Daffy. But what was amazing about Eric is he's a super fan of Looney Tunes, but also all of animation, which is wonderful because he really does his homework and he knows what's going on with these characters and the legacy that they hold. But he was able to, when he did, like, say, all the Porky runs and then he did all the Daffy runs, he was able to remember what he did for each line. So he would do like maybe a page or couple pages of the script or the board, And I always would pitch the board out to him prior, walk him through what's happening. We storyboarded before we recorded, so it wasn't he recorded the script and then we storyboard to his voice. We actually draw all the pictures and all the beats of the film, and then we pitch it to him. We type it up into a script form, line by line by line, and then we have a session with him, and he goes through and he could remember what he did for each take, so he could act off the two characters with each other. And he's just a brilliant talented person.
Amazing. Well, I am so thankful that the Looney Tunes franchise is in such great hands of yours, Pete. I had so much fun with this, and I'm sure the crowds that are going to see this, as of this recording, that are going to see this at Animation Film Festival are going to be so excited. And the rest of the world, I believe in February 2025 is when it's going to drop.
Yeah, 28th, February 28th, 25. Yeah.
I cannot wait to share this with my friends and family. But thank you, Pete, for your time. This is just everything for me as a fan, and I can't wait for the rest of the world to share it as well. Thank you so much for your time.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Definitely.
Everybody, Peter Browngardt, director, EP, creative director behind Looney Tunes cartoons. The Day the Earth Blew Up arrives February 28th, 2025. I'm Kuya P. This is Nerds Rule the World. Okay, record. I'm recording. Excellent. Thank you, Alex. Hello, Pete. It's a pleasure to chat with you. I'm excited to talk to you.
Sorry.
Awesome. All right, no worries. Just a FYI, I'm gonna come off of the clip that was available to us. It's them getting ready for the home inspector. So I'm gonna come off the clip, introduce myself, introduce you, and we'll just get into this conversation.
Okay.
Awesome. All right, here we go. In a 1, 2, 3. All right, there's a cut. Pete, thank you so much. And I'm sorry if I messed up your name. If it's Pete,
that's okay.
Peter.
Oh no, I don't care. No
You're the
problem.
best. And I love Uncle Grandpa. I love everything you've done. You're amazing,
I
dude.
appreciate it. That's very nice of you to say. Cool.
Take care.
All right,
Thank
be
you,
well.
Alex.
Thank you so much.